Um, I also, speaking of which, went to the movies the other night, and I went and saw Bring Her Back. Holy fuck, bro! I haven't had a movie like make me leave feeling gutted like that in a while. Like I was to me, like I don't give a fuck about like a jump scare. Like that's not like oh good horror movie. That doesn't like actually scare me. For me, it's like fucked up visuals that I never thought I would see. And now with today's, like camera quality, tricks and fucking makeup and like everything. I don't know if anyone out there's seen Bring Her Back, but bro, like the knife scene, the kid with the knife. I actually watched an interview of how they did that scene, and apparently it was like a bunch of fake teeth that were broken, and then all the little pieces of broken teeth had magnets on it, so that when they had the fake knife and he was biting it, it like could look like his teeth were shattering. And then they had a fake dummy head made of the kid's head, and then the kid did it with a fake knife. The actor who what was actually I left some notes on this movie. What was that kid's name? In the movie, his name was Ollie, but dude, obviously Sally Hawkins is probably gonna win some kind of award for that performance. It was fucking amazing. But dude, that kid, I don't know if that movie would be as I don't know if that movie would be that movie without that kid Ollie. Like him slowly becoming this like demonic demon that needs to feed is fucking terrifying. The movie fucked me up, man. And shout out the I don't know if anyone out there knows about the Raka Raka boys. They're two twins from I think Australia that started on YouTube and like switched to Hollywood and made their own film. And we've seen this happen before, dude. Like the amount of like influencers that try to make a TV show or a movie and it ends up being absolute garbage. Bro, these guys they did it. Their first movie they made was Talk to Me. Huge success. And they shot that during like COVID and there was all these hiccups where like a studio wanted to fund it but then gave them too many notes on it, so they ended up backing out, and then they seemed like they funded a lot themselves. I don't know. The whole thing is just super inspirational. I mean, even like in my life, like a guy from YouTube and shit, like they did the dream. That's the fucking dream. They transitioned to film and in horror film. Like, I mean, dude, that's I'm just it's very inspiring. I think like the last time I felt that inspired was like seeing what Jordan Peele did. Jordan Peele did. That was super sick. Coming from comedy and just out of nowhere making like classic horror movies. Like 99% of Rotten Tomatoes and shit. Like that's fucked. But yeah, shout out the fucking Raka Raka boys. Um, Movie was incredible. It the one note I would say was I wish that I don't even know what you call it, character design on the older brother. I wish that they like painted him like who he is a little more. Like for some reason that's so important to me in a movie. Like sell me on who he is to make him like relatable and or just like what niche he's in is like sick. Like and I think they could have did it with like they could have did it within 5 minutes. Like a couple scenes they could have added of maybe it was like his bedroom in his original home before his dad died or whatever, like the posters that were gonna on his wall, the music that he's playing, the does he have a skateboard in his room, does he have a BMX bike in his garage, does he like paint what kind of kid he is. And they kind of did it with like the lifting weights and the creatine, but like Yeah, I think that was my only like little I honestly I think the note that I'm saying, it doesn't mean it's correct. It's just like what I thought, but like I think it is something that is like the first thing they actually pull when a movie's too long, or a script's too long, and like you know they got to like cut out some of the fat. I feel like since just like selling me on a character's traits isn't needed for the plot, it's probably the first shit to go, I would guess. I mean, I don't know. I love film, but when it comes to how film works and like all the moving parts to it, I'm definitely not saying I'm any fucking expert, boys. But I am fascinated by it, and I love to listen to like you know interviews and podcasts and videos and behind the scenes of films, like all that shit, and commentaries. Fuck, good movie though. I did have some other notes on it. Let me see. Oh yeah, so the the sister Piper, who is partially blind. It was really cool. They did it near the beginning and they kind of did it near the end, but they would shoot I mean the sound design as well, but they would shoot scenes from her perspective. Like it would be blurred, or it would always focus on like her, you know, touching the wall, or like what is this scene or this environment that her and her brother are walking into, but like hey, let's show it from like her perspective. Because it kind of paid off in the end too, when like you know, spoiler alert, but like she's like the only one left alive, like, and she's being chased. It like really puts you in like imagine being partially blind, not knowing what the fuck is going on, and then realizing that someone's trying to put a demon in you and turn you into Kathy, her daughter. What a wild fucking dude. Such an like an original cool concept. I like that also the idea was unique. I have like obviously people have done like demonic things, but like the little story of like how she could bring back her daughter in this weird way, like it was super easy to understand. It wasn't like too complex where it's one of those movies where you're like they try to make you feel like dumb if you don't understand. Like I think anyone could understand it, but was still unique, which I think is like really hard to do. God, it was just really good. So I wanted to talk about it.